Hello, I'm Penny and this is my AGA, the ER3-4i, one of our latest models. Today I want to talk about healthy eating and how that goes hand in hand with AGA cooking. So another healthy way of cooking on the AGA is actually poaching. Behind me I have my really lovely big pan of water that's just come up to the boil, and it's now just sitting and it's simmering. So we've got the AGA on simmering. If you've got an AGA with two hot plates, bring it to the boil on the boiling plate first and then move across to the simmering plate. So the meat is a beautiful piece of bacon gammon and the water is simmering. What I'm going to do now is just seal the meat in the hot water to begin with. So place it in. And very quickly you'll start seeing a colour change in the meat. We're just sealing it in hot water. I'm now going to turn the meat over, so it only takes 30 seconds. There you go. Now this is just plain water, no salt at all, and this is another point of when we're cooking in and on the AGA. We use far less salt in our cooking, and this piece of gammon here would have already had an element of salt in its brining. So we are just taking advantage of that now, and you can see the different colour of the water as well. So we're not going to add any extra salt whatsoever to this. I'm going to turn it up to boiling because the next thing I'm going to add some vegetables. Here I have a collection of mixed root vegetables. So we've got some leeks, some potatoes, some swede, some carrot, some red onion, anything really that's going to add flavour to what we're cooking here in the pan, which is our lovely gammon. And then for a little added flavour, this is bay leaves, and inside I've got a collection of dried herbs and it's tied up with a string. Okay, now what we're going to do now is pop a lid on the top and we're going to bring that up to the boil. Once it's boiling, we're going to pop it into the simmering oven down here. Cooking at that temperature between 100 and 110 is ideal for poaching. So that's what you're looking for. We want a lovely boil, but we don't leave it on there. We're going to transport that now down to the simmering oven where it's going to simmer cook. It's going to poach. That's going to take between 1.5 and 2 hours to cook through because it's quite a big piece. Okay, well the ham's been in the simmering oven now for around about an hour. Let's have a look. Look at that. That just smells absolutely delicious, and you can see there's no shrinkage of the meat. This is a beautiful way of cooking because I know that all the succulence, all the goodness is still within that meat. So you can see as well, all those lovely vegetables that we popped in there as well are still holding their shape, but also more importantly, holding their colour, which means that they're a lovely accompaniment as well to this beautiful poached piece of ham. It does need to go back into the oven now, maybe have another 45 minutes and then we're good to go. So we're already poaching a ham inside the simmering oven, and now I want to move on and talk about poaching fruit. Poaching is a lovely way of maintaining vitamins and nutrients inside fruit and vegetables. And now I'm going to move on to showing you how to poach some lovely plums. And to do this, I'm actually going to use the stainless steel sauce pot. Nice depth to here, and what I want to see is a build-up of steam in here as well for my poaching of the plums. So I'm going to place my plums now inside, but before doing so, with things like plums and peaches and nectarines, what I like to do is to actually just cut a little cross on the base of the fruit. And then we're going to place these cross side down on the base of the pan. This is on the boiling function on the ER3, your boiling plate on any other model of your AGA cooker. And you should be able to fit, depending on the size of them, between 4 and 5. To add to them now, I have here some clementine juice. I've got some lemon slices here, so we're going to pop those in. And some lovely zest as well that I've just shredded. And we're going to let that come to the boil, and then the same as the ham, we're going to then place that into the simmering oven where it's going to poach. The plums have now been sitting on the boiling plate for around about 4 minutes now. Let's have a little look at how they're getting on. And you can see now they're starting just to come up to a boil. You can see little bubbles popping away. Key to this, no added sugar. Really healthy way of poaching your fruit. Plenty of room inside our simmering ovens. Not only we've got that huge ham in there poaching, then we also are going to pop in those plums. Dinner and dessert in one oven. Let's take out those plums first. Oh, beautiful. Oh, they smell absolutely amazing. You can see how they've kept their texture there. So full of flavour, and they're going to also be taking on some of those flavours of the citrus fruits. Inside my sauce pot I've got a lovely jus as well, which you can reduce down if you want to, but if I just take that now and pour some over, poached plums in a citrus soup. So you can see inside here now that even though it's had a further hour, the vegetables are still a real vibrant colour and the meat again hasn't shrunk at all, which means that the poaching process inside the simmering oven has sealed the meat in. All the goodness is within the meat, but equally inside the vegetables as well. Now I'm sure you'll agree that the cooking technique of poaching in the AGA is a stressless way of cooking. Not only good for the body, but also good for the mind as well. Have a go at poaching on your AGA.